Well, guys, the day is here. Yes, in my hand is insurance for the Corvette I call Prince. You may notice that I shuffled things around a little bit. I've got Princess at the front so I can drive her to work easily. I turned the motorhome around. We got the awning out. Got the old Volkswagen out, although I haven't insured it. And oh yes, there he is in all his glory. It's the little peek under the covers, little peek. Oh, I absolutely love that car. Absolutely love this car. So I'm gonna put the decal on and we're gonna take him for a quick rip. It was raining a minute ago, so the weather's been kind of spotty, but you know what? He's not gonna melt, but first, let's cold start on Princess so we can pull her out of the way. Oh yeah, if that doesn't make your heart go pitter-patter, then I don't know what will. But she's a beauty. Oh, just look at these lines. My gosh. Got my towels on the floor. I jump in. We'll hit the button. There we go. Oh yeah. I'll take her outside. She's a beauty. Beauty! There. And just like that, she's outside. Look at those lines. Oh yes. I love this car oh so much. Actually, I love both my cars so much. Absolutely gorgeous. God. But that's not the one we're looking at today. This is the one, the collector, the one and only, the one they call Prince. Let's take and unwrap this guy. Put the decal on. Look at that. Doo-doo. Shout out to Cars Land. I bet you guys didn't know. I'm actually a bit of a Disney geek. We've been to Disneyland a whack of times. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about making memories. Making memories with your kids that last a lifetime, be it a cruise in a car, going to a theme park. You gotta do those things when they're young, because you know what? One day they won't be young anymore, and yeah, they'll be leaving the nest, and you know what? We only have so much life. So much life in this life, so you gotta enjoy it while you can. Oh yeah, I hope it doesn't rain. Well, we'll just go for a quick rip. Quick rip. Look at that. My God. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Let's pop the hood. Look at that, eh? This beauty. Let me flip you upside down. I'll hook up the battery. So clean, so clean. I'd like to put a little shroud under the radiator. I'd also like to fix this elbow. It's not correct. It should actually be down on an angle. I'm gonna have to get on the interweb and get something ordered up. I put new water lines in it last year just to make sure. I still have to do the bottom one there, but look at that engine bay. I mean, they just don't build engines to look like that anymore. Fantastic. Single master cylinder, Always check to make sure it's not leaking. That's dangerous. Call this a pre-trip. And yeah, let me go find the key and take him for a rip. Perfect. Oh, like me a vanilla air freshener. I gotta go find the key. Just a minute. All right, I'm gonna put the decal on now. Found the keys. Got my Canadian key tag. Got my lock. And did you know an original GM key from back in the day was actually octagon, like a stop sign? So is that octagon or yeah, 8 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 sides. Anyways, let's set you guys up down there and let's put this decal on. Make us all legal beagle. I actually bought a year's worth of insurance because in British Columbia, we can get these. They're collector plates. So I can't drive it for anything more than pleasure. Can't take it to work, can't take it on a vacation or anything like that. But with the collector plates, it has to be in near original condition. Well, it has to be in original condition. Yeah, I have to send them pictures and all that good stuff. And yeah, there's a certain criteria to qualify for collector plates. Like, for one, it's got to be over 25 years old, which of course this car is. No pressure, don't get it crooked. Yeah, there we go. April 2022. Yeah, so with collector plates, we insure it privately through Haggerty, and for my collector plates to drive on the street, guess how much it cost? How much do you think it would cost to insure this car for a whole year to drive on the street, you know, for liability and that stuff? Good guess, but no, it was only $135. So $135 to be able to drive it for a year. So in the middle of January, if it's -40 and I want to go for a drive, I can. Am I going to? No. But for $135, I figured I'd insure it anyways. Oh yes. Oh. Check this out. I have a club on here. I don't know if clubs actually work, but I figured what the heck, I would put it on, because anything I can do to keep from having this guy get stolen, I will do. Sorry as I bash the camera around. Locked up in a shop, blocked in with other vehicles. But at the end of the day, if a club helps when it's in storage, that's what we're gonna do. Let's start this guy up. Close the door. Gosh, I love this car. I absolutely love this car. Oh, and I got junk in my trunk. Got some cleaning cloths and some napkins, because if anyone ever brings a drink and spills something, yeah, I'll pump her 3 times. Give her a whirl. Maybe 3. Oh. Oh. There we go. Oh, there it went. Let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. It's one thing about these old cars, they're definitely finicky. I don't know that Andrea likes to drive this car just because it's a little finicky. You know what? It's not like, whoa, that's bright. Ooh, that's even brighter. Whoa, even brighter. Oh, and a strobe. Okay, oh. Okay, now I'm seeing stars. Anyways, Andrea doesn't like to drive this car just because of the, he can be a little temperamental, so that's okay. I don't mind it. Let's take him outside. Good old made in the USA. That, eh? Look at that. Oh, let them idle. Let them warm up a little bit. Go close the door. Adjust my rear view mirror. It's been a while. It's been a while. It really has. Turn some lights on. Go for a rip. Okay, let's go close the door. Oh yeah. Listen to that. American muscle. She's purring like a kitten. Like a classic kitten. I don't know what that means, classic kitten. I don't know, kitten, classic kitten. Hers like a badass mofo car. I don't know, can I say badass? I guess I just did. Anyways, let's go for a drive. You know what, guys, driving this car is such a unique experience. It's like nothing else I can describe. You know, it's certainly, well, it's quite comfortable. It's a little noisy. This car has a fantastic heater. In the middle of summer though, you roast. So with that said, like right now, it's actually not that bad, but this car runs very warm. It's warm to drive. Temperature's running about 180 degrees. If you idle lots, it creeps up, which is, you know, common for the Corvettes, and then it starts to get grumpy. So driving it when it's cool out is absolutely fantastic. It runs better, likes it better. It's not so hot for us in here, and but my gosh, you know what? This car, like, it's a 1964. Old technology, yet she drives absolutely fantastic. You know, I've got 78,021 miles on it. Not sure if that's, you know, full 78,000 or if it's 178,000. I would have to say it's probably 178,000 miles. That would be my guess. But you know what? This is all original. Clock's original, radio's original. Thankfully nobody, you know, molested this car and butchered it up. It's been painted a couple of times. The dash has been re-dyed, but you know what, original steering wheel, and my god, it's just so fun to drive. Yeah, 327, 365 horse, you know, solid lifter cam. It was rebuilt back in 2000 when the car had a body op restoration. They went through the frame, fixed any rust, did the body work and painted it again, because this car has been painted, I think, 3 or 4 times since '64. Actually, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 or 4 times. But yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's just so cool. I got my fuzzy dice. It's just nothing better. I mean, maybe a resto mod. Resto mod with air conditioning would be cool. And I'm gonna do some work to the airflow on the front, because normally there's like a paper air dam underneath the fan, and it's kind of like that. I think normally it'd be kind of like a wax paper, like a wax cardboard from back in the day. So I'm gonna get a new sheet of that and make it so that it sucks air a little better. So hopefully that'll help keep it cool. I took the thermatic fan off. I took the thermatic fan off. Took the thermatic fan off, and it's just got a straight manual fan on it. Oh my gosh, that sky doesn't look very good at all. Should get a shot of that. Maybe it's going to be a quick turn and burn. Gas and run. I'm kind of committed to get gas now, so I guess I have to get gas. I mean, I guess it's not going to melt if I get it wet, but it just means I'm going to have a whole lot of cleaning to do, so. But, yeah, figured, you know what? I was just going to take it for a drive down the street, and then it's like one of those things where it's like, well, maybe we should go put some gas in. It's like, well, it's mixed showers today, like it rained and then it quit, and then it rained and then it quit, and then you can see this big ugly cloud, so maybe we could get in, get gas, and turn around and get back home before it decides to pour. But yeah, that doesn't look very pleasing. Maybe I should get gas at the co-op. What do you think? What do you think, Piper? Should we get gas at the co-op, or should we go to the Chevron?
I don't have an opinion.
Costco's probably going to be busy today, so I don't know about Costco. Maybe the co-op. Try something different. We'll go to Live a Little. But yeah, my gosh. If you've never driven a classic car, you know what? If you're into old cars, I mean, I guess it's what you're into, because if you've never driven one, you really got to try it. It's, they're absolutely awesome. You just want to stay away from, you know, tree planters and, you know, rental trucks, because they're dirty and stuff falls off them, so. I don't know where that big dark cloud is. Yeah, I think we'll just go to the co-op and then head back home. All right, guys, we're headed back home. I quickly stopped at the co-op, put some premium in her, and we're headed for home because there's a big black cloud to the south. Actually, technically that's to the north. Or maybe that would be to the east. Well, I think that was to the north, and this is to the south. And anyways, we're headed west. So we've got a clear path ahead between showers. I checked the radar before we left, so I know the storms are coming this way, but there was a path, so we should be good. That's all I gotta say. If we get wet, we get wet. We won't turn to sugar. We aren't made of sugar. Because technically, if we were made of sugar, we could turn to a gooey, sticky mess, because that would be like what sugar does when it gets wet. So we're not made of sugar, so we're not going to turn into a gooey mess. We might have to clean the car though, and that's a lot of work because I want it to be perfect, because she is perfect. But yeah, you know what? There's the little vents down below, so I just pulled the vents out so we could get some nice cool air flowing through, and it's just so cool because, you know, everything is manual in these cars. You know, you pull the lever for your temperature, you turn the knob for your fan, you got cables down here for those. I've got another cable for the fan in the back, if I can pull it out. And the fan actually works in the back. It sucks air through the B-pillar behind my head, and recirculates it through the back of the car. So, and it all works. Like, the only thing in this car that does not work is there's a little idiot light here for when your headlights are on and your headlights are down. So if your headlights are down and you pull your lever to turn your headlights on, it'll blink at you to tell you that, and mine doesn't do that. So I don't know, it might be just a bulb. Maybe it's I don't know, I should get in there and see if I can find the bulb and replace it. It's just really hard to get to. And I didn't really want to pull the whole dash out because I don't like disturbing things, if that makes any sense. So anyways, it's just my theory. But the clock works. It's part of the reason why I disconnect the battery, because the clock works, and these clocks over time, they will wear out. So if you have your car in storage and you have a battery tender on it and the clock is running all the time, I think eventually your clock will wear out. I know you can change to like a digital style clock and they'll last longer. This one is still the original one. It's I think I don't know if you call it analog or up an original clock. So that's why when I park the car, I disconnect the battery, and I'll still put a battery tender on it too, because you know what, if she's hot out and she doesn't want to start and you got to crank it a bunch of times, then you want to have a fresh battery. And interestingly enough, last year on our first ride, I knew the battery wasn't 100%, but it was good. Like, I had the charger on it, and it was always good. I mean, it was fine, but it's a real difficult thing to get the battery out of these cars. So I was like, I should put a new battery in, but I was like, oh, it's fine. Well, let's just say we went to Costco to fill up with gas, and of course Costco's really, really busy, especially on a weekend, and it was warm out, so we kind of got a little grumpy, and I cranked and cranked and cranked, and he didn't want to fire, and then all of a sudden it was yeah, had to get pushed out of the gas bar at Costco, got a jump start, which was fine, except then I stalled it. And stupid me, I never clued into the fact that I can bomb start this because it's a manual transmission, like duh. So yeah, lesson learned. Had the wife come down, it was me and Piper. Andrew came down and I had a spare battery. And we actually jump started it off the battery, and then I just didn't install it again. Then I got home and I was like, why didn't I just bomb start it? You'll roll back down the hill, put it in reverse and let her go. But you know, not used to these manual cars. You know, in today's world, we're so tech oriented, like everything is tech. You know, we got automatic transmissions and everything runs off electricity. So, you know, in an old car, you still feel like you can't do anything when your battery gets dead. But that's the beauty of these. It's all solid state. You know, nothing's digital, and part of that is why they're so finicky to drive. But that's the beauty of them too, because you don't have all the issues that you do with a car with electronics. And that there's the fan in the back. It starts to squeal after a little bit, so I'm gonna shut her off. There we go. And you know, just like that, it's 64. Like, she's 55, 56 years old. I think it's 55 years old. And you know, 55-year-old car, that fan is 55 years old. The lever that turns it on is 55 years old. So when the squirrel cage starts to squeal a little bit, like, you know what, it's 55 years old. And I absolutely love it. I love the character of it. I love all the squeaks, rattles, and actually it doesn't really squeak and rattle much. Although the rear end does make a drum, a hum noise, so I think one day I might have to fix that. So, but yeah, that's what I love about these cars. Just all the little idiosyncrasies. And you know, a good car, when someone says they want to resto mod it because these cars are, you know, oh, they're rough and they're uncomfortable, and it's like, well, this car is super comfortable. Let me start out with that. It's not rough. I mean, yeah, it's not as comfortable as the C7 to drive with air conditioning and air-cooled seats and all that good stuff, but to resto mod a classic like this, especially one in good shape, is criminal, in my opinion. You know, if you've got a body and the car's in really bad shape, absolutely. You know, resto mod it. If you got one where the frame's rotted out or whatever, then you'll make a resto mod. And I think that would be fun to do too one day, is to have a resto mod, just so you've got the classic look and appeal, but all the modern conveniences, and then the finicky stuff, like with having a carbureted engine that can be finicky. So anyways, I'm gonna shut up and just cruise for a little bit. Just like that, guys, we're back in the garage. And Prince is back. We're gonna raise him up on the hoist, check and make sure everything's okay. We're gonna check the knockoffs, make sure they're tight, because we don't wanna lose the knockoff, because these are original Kelsey Hayes. And you know what? They have a reputation, just saying, I don't know. But if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, and please subscribe if you enjoyed it for more great content from Mike's Garage. Until next time, guys, peace.